It is overtime here again at Old Favorite Friday, discussing incredible classic beers. And I'm stuck here with another beer. Stuck, that's not the right word. I am gifted here to have another beer that I cannot believe we have not covered in over 3 years, and that's the Westmalle Dubbel. This is yet another Trappist beer. As you know, we're Barrel Amongst Brewing. We love Trappist beers, but we don't talk about doubles very often. And a lot of the reasons why is that there's not a lot of American breweries that do the double style. A lot of American breweries do the triple and the quadruple. They're a little more fanfare behind those beers, a little higher in alcohol. But the double, you have the classic examples from Belgium. Excuse me. You have the classic examples from Belgium, and then you have the classic Trappist doubles, and that's really about it. We make a double here that we absolutely love. It's my favorite of the Trappist beers that we make, and it's my favorite style. I really believe that it is underappreciated of this kind of flavor profile and what this beer brings to the table, because it gives you that fig and raisin and some of the more out there flavors of a quad, but it's a little more restrained. It's a 7% alcohol, so it's not over the top. It also is not sweet. And there are doubles out there that are sweet. There are Trappist doubles out there that are sweeter than this. One of the reasons why I think this is such a benchmark for the style, and depending on who you ask, it was the first double created, and you can find different conflicting information online. I don't claim to be a historian in that way, but this beer was created back in 1926. And so if you do the math, they're 99 years old. Old Favorite Friday is a perfect beer for this. But this is a beer that is so refined and so subtle and gives you the chocolate and the fig and the raisin, but also rounds it out with these earthy, hoppy flavors. Also rounds it out with the spice and the complexity and nuance there that I think a lot of doubles, and not necessarily the Trappist ones, but a lot of the Belgian inspired doubles just go way too much in that sweet candy sugar kind of flavor and don't take into account all the other nuances that can come from Belgian ale yeast and the malts that we're using to make a beer that is this complex and this interesting. The dryness really strikes me there. That subtle balance of earthiness really strikes me there. The mouthfeel is just perfect. It's soft, it's supple, it's really, really drinkable. And it has that nice carbonation style that is, because it's bottle conditioned, has those nice tight champagne-like bubbles. It means the beer's going to age extremely well. We love beers that age well here, and we always recommend, if you are a fan of this series, or you are just a fan of Belgian beer, imperial stouts, different styles that age well, especially the bottle conditioned ones, pick up a 6-pack, pick up a 4-pack, just go to the store and pick up some single bottles. I bought a single bottle here, this one, and put a couple down for 6 months and see what that beer tastes like that after 6 months. And you might be really surprised at how a beer like this can develop over time and just add different nuances and different complexities to an already insanely good beer. When this beer is young, it's perfect. It is, to me, it is. You don't need me to tell you it's a benchmark of the style. Just search online. Everybody is saying that because it's true. So you have this great beer as it is that can actually add complexity and become even more interesting as it gets older, which is just a beautiful thing. And I love that fact about craft beer, and specifically beers like this, because it gives it a little bit more of a timelessness, like you do associate with wine. And people should be associating a beer like this with that same kind of mentality. This is a gateway beer in every way, shape, and form. If you are a lover of craft beer and you haven't had one of these in a while, first of all, go pick one up. But if you have friends, family, people are coming over, and you want to crack open something that will challenge their expectations of what a beer is, this is one of the best things to do, because you can do that with these pastry stouts, or you can do that with these super fruity, hazy IPAs, and you'll get some people to go, wow, I didn't know a beer could taste like apricot, hooray. But if you're looking for something that's going to give you real nuance and something that's going to be really interesting and going to be so layered that it's going to be reminiscent of an incredibly well-made craft cocktail, or an incredible bottle of Cabernet or Zinfandel, or a classic French white, that's looking at these complexities that are developed over time and master winemaker cocktail building, this is the kind of beer that can do that for you. I love the double style. Every time I have one, I go, why don't I drink these more often? They're not as widely available, so I can't just go pop down to my local grocery store and get a Westmalle Dubbel. If I could, I'd probably have it a little more often. But that should not stop you from seeking a beer like this out. And if you can't find this one, get another one of the classic Trappist. I do think this is the best, my personal favorite, but maybe you like Chimay Red a little bit more, or maybe you like Prior 8 from St. Bernardus a little bit more. Those are great beers too. The other great thing about this beer is the food aspect of it. These beers are designed to pair with food. There's so many things you can do with this. You can pair this like a brown ale or like kind of an amber ale. The thing that comes to my mind the most when I'm drinking this, though, is I like that earthy aspect of this beer, and I want to kind of accentuate that and play into that a little bit by doing something like a creamy mushroom pasta or risotto. I think that would go really well with that. I think the natural fruity flavors they're not necessarily be heightened by the mushrooms, but they're going to play well with that. So you're going to have the earthy and the fruity flavors. You're also, in a dish like that, creamy, you're also going to add some like Parmigiano Reggiano, which will accentuate some of the fruity aspects of the beer itself. It's also 7%. It's medium bodied, so it's going to pair and pair power to power up really well with something creamy and rich. It's going to cut through some of those fats. It's going to be the kind of beer you're going to be able to do with that. And because it's not sweet and it's dry, it will continue to kind of refresh that palate and make every bite taste like the first bite. I think it would be a great pairing. There's tons of other stuff you can do with it. I'm always interested to hear what you guys have to say about the kind of food and beer pairings if you're interested in that. So please let us know. And just in general, thank you guys very much for stopping by again, talking about incredible classic beers and giving them the love and the respect that they so rightfully deserve. Pick up a great double, pick up a Westmalle Dubbel. They have other beers too, fantastic as well. I think we've done the triple here on the channel before, but we'll see you next time. Cheers.